Hey everyone, today I just wanted to give you a technique on how to roast beets, and I'm also going to teach you how to make ricotta, which is very easy. And then I kind of just threw together a salad with different herbs and nuts and some fennel I had laying around. So first, to roast the beets, take the tops off. The best way to cook them is to fill a roasting pan halfway with water. I like to season with salt and a little bit of vinegar. And then you'll wrap the whole thing, the top, with aluminum foil and throw it in a 375-degree oven. These bigger beets took about an hour and 15 minutes. If you have smaller beets, maybe check them after about 30 minutes or so. While those are in the oven, I'm going to start ricotta. So all you need is milk, vinegar, a pot, and a thermometer. That's really all you need to make ricotta. So we're going to use 8 cups of milk, which is half a gallon. And then we're going to put your pot on the stove, like medium heat. While that's starting to heat up, measure out your vinegar real quick. And then basically what we're going to do is stir the milk as it heats up, and we're going to keep checking it. And we're going to get to 185 degrees. And at that point, you're going to dump in your vinegar, and the vinegar will cause the proteins in the milk to separate and create curds, which is what ricotta is. So any thermometer at work, I just happen to have this kind of instant read thermometer. It probably took me about 20 minutes to get to 185. If it goes a little bit over, that's fine. And then once you add the vinegar, you just let it sit. And you're going to let it sit at around 180 degrees if possible for about 20 minutes. Then we're going to strain it. So I have a cheesecloth bag, and I put it over a strainer and a bowl just in case. Depending on the size of your curds, you can scoop it out with a slotted spoon and place it in the cheesecloth to finish draining. My curds ended up being kind of small, so I just decided to pour the whole mixture into the cheesecloth and let it just drip drain while I kind of putzed around my house. So you can go ahead and pour it through the cheesecloth. Then save the whey. It has a lot of great uses. You can use it to create pickles. You can make breads with it. You can use it to give your plants nutrition. There's so many good uses for whey. It's really interesting. So I'm going to let this drain. I ended up squeezing it a little bit to speed up the process, but in the meantime, for my little salad, I decided to pick a bunch of different herbs together. I had mint, dill, basil, and cilantro, so I just kind of mixed those all in a bowl together. The beets were ready. I drained off the water, and then to check, you can just poke like a butter knife in, and if it goes easily, wait for them to come to room temperature so they're not too hot. Put on some gloves, and you just kind of rub the skin, and it should come right off. If you put the beets in the refrigerator and get them cold, the skin will not peel as easily. So you can even use a paper towel to kind of wipe off any skin that doesn't come off. Then I'm just going to cut mine in little wedges because that's the size I feel like eating. But you can do little rings or cubes or whatever you're feeling. And I made a little dressing out of honey, lime juice, black pepper, and a little olive oil. You can really season them with anything you like, but honey and citrus are really good with beets. So that's what I decided to make. Stir it all together. By this time, the ricotta is probably done draining. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I just kind of assembled my plate. I just kind of put some beets on the bottom of the plate. I kind of chose to layer it. I had some fennel laying around, so I caramelized it in a pan and cooled that down. So that's going to go with my salad. I did some nice big dollops of our fresh ricotta. I did end up seasoning my ricotta with some salt. You can also season it with like lemon juice or pepper. It's kind of whatever you're feeling. For the herbs, I just kind of scattered them all over the top. You could also potentially mix everything together in a bowl and then maybe just dollop ricotta on top. I happen to have some crushed almonds, so I'm putting that on top. And then I'm basically just going to drizzle the dressing all over. Let it sit for a couple minutes for those beets to really get some flavor on them. And then I'm going to go and eat it on my porch. So I really just wanted to showcase how to roast beets and how to make ricotta. You're going to get a lot of beets over the season. So I hope you enjoy.